Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of Hotel Karlifornia. I am your host, Karlifornia Infirri, and to my big surprise today, I wake up at 3 p.m. because I'm hungover because I went to bed at 6 a.m. I'm fucked up. But I get a message from my friend Brad, who has secured an interview for me for my little old podcast here in Perth, Western Australia, and I'm speaking to none other than the front man of the Screaming Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave Gleeson.
Yo, how are you? How you going, mate?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, really well.
It's great to have you here, and I really did not think this would ever happen, so it's awesome. I'm hungover as shit right now.
Yeah, cool, man. Awesome. I've been there myself.
Yes, I thought you've been up and down the road many years. I wanted to know if you had any tips on how to best recover from a hangover quick smart.
Yeah, look, I think you just get better at it as time goes by, and because a lot of time we've had to do stuff on telly or had to do important stuff, and fate's got the better of us, and we've ended up on the drink, and walk into studios and that stinking of piss, and but still you just got to get up and start doing it again. So I just have those words from a Jackson Brown song, and you get up and do it again, amen, and that's in my head when I think, yep, get up, do it again. That's
tremendous.
That's what life's like in a band.
That's what I did today. So the 8th studio album called Got You Covered, a collection of Aussie rock songs from the 60s up till the 90s. What made you decide on an album of covers?
It's our 30th anniversary next year, so we've got big plans for that. Got a compilation that we want to release next year for Dirty 30. We're going to be calling the year.
Yep.
And plans for a new album as well. So we're just looking for something to get us out on the road, and something that'd be worthwhile for the fans to get. And we're just going to do it a little bit, not on the cheap, but as low cost as we could. But then we got our Steve James, our long-time producer, in, and he made it into something really special. Between us, we made it into something really special, and the response has been mad. People love it. It's just a great party album. Good fun thing to do.
Yeah, a bit fresh, a bit of fun. You get out there on the road and keep doing what you do. Was it hard selecting the songs? Because if my band was trying to select some songs, it would never get done because we can't even agree to disagree.
Yep. No, it was pretty easy. We all grew up kind of in the same. Well, myself and Paulie, who are the founding members of the band, we grew up together in Newcastle, and then all the other guys in the band, we're all the same age, so we all have the same kind of influences, from Hendrix to AC/DC, and then there's Jimmy's got a real blues influence, and Paulie's got a real kind of indie influence. So Paulie was responsible for Aloha Steve and Deno, and Purple Sneakers getting on the list. That was about because Paulie's always been that kind of into alternative kind of music and stuff, and so we all had input from across the board. So it was just a bunch of fun.
Excellent. We were talking about songs and all that, and I feel like the album's kind of like a musical journey of Aussie rock and roll kind of thing, and I always talk about people's musical journeys on the podcast, and the question I always ask everyone is what was the first song that you heard as a young'un that just made you come online to rock and roll, and this is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I was an Elvis fan pretty young, so that was the original rock and roll. But I was always a fan of music. There was always heaps of music going on in my house. My olds even listened to music. Nana Muscuri was one of my dad's favourites. But Mum listened to Sinatra. Dad listened to Bing Crosby, so he listened to the Crooners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that filtered down, and my older sister was into Sherbet and JPY and that. And my older brothers, though, into anything from the Sex Pistols to Willie Nelson and the Angels. One of my brothers got me into the Angels in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it all comes from all over, and then as you grow up, you start getting into songs. But if I was to pick a song that I remembered first, it'd be Long-Haired Lover from Liverpool by fucking Donny Osmond.
Great.
Or Jimmy Osmond, I think it was. So
yeah.
When I must have been about 3 or 4, and the mum reckons I used to walk around the house singing that song. So.
Yeah. For me, it was Wind of Change by Scorpions.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And I was sold at the whistling. I didn't even get to the guitar parts.
I love a good whistle in a song. There's nothing like it.
You're playing tonight at the Charles Hotel here in Perth with Boom Crash Opera. How's the tour been so far? Any particular highlights?
Mate, it's been mad. Sold out pretty well everywhere over the country. Just gained momentum as we've gone along, and Yeah, we've done some great shows. They've got up on stage with us a few times. Last week there was about 12 of us all up on stage banging around, and they're just great fun guys. And as you like, we've been around 30 years, they've been around longer. You kind of there's times where because I remember supporting Boom Crash Opera in my first band, Aspect.
Right, yeah.
So we went from doing that in 1987 or 88 to then playing on the same bills as a recognised band, because Aspect was a cover band. So to be out there and then in the same market as these guys, you're kind of competing, of course.
Yeah, it's crazy to come full circle.
Yeah, and then you get to hang out and you find out that everyone's good blokes.
Yeah, it's great. Next question is pretty plain and simple. What do you think of Perth?
Love it, absolutely love it. We've been coming here since 1991, I reckon. Everywhere I go in Perth, there's a memory of of tomfoolery of days gone by. Because once you're over this side of the country, anything goes. So we've over the years we've had some great times in Perth.
That's great.
Got lost on occasion, and we've done a lot of Western Australia. We've done right up to Broome and
great,
all that, and driven down from Broome through Kununurra and Karratha and Port Hedland and Newman and Tom Price. And
you guys get around.
Yeah, man, it used to be wild. It was the wild frontier out there. We loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, cool. Speaking of touring, I was wondering if you had any fun road stories of pranking other bands.
Oh, mate, it's all fun. That's the thing. That's kind of why we do it. It's all hanging out with your mates and getting on it, and shenanigans that ensue. But no, we have a great time all the time, and that's why I've been around so long. It's like there's been a few that we've had to weed out because they get a bit rotten, and then you get new members and get new energy. And this lineup of the band's been going for 8 years now, or so.
Yeah.
And we got a new drummer, Marky, recently, but myself, Paul, been together the whole time, and Jimmy was in the band 4 years in the 90s, and then left, and then came back in 2007 or something like that. And Scotty's been with us for 7 years. So that's just fun to be out on the road, and you know what they say: what goes on the road stays on the road. We've left a few stains, let me say that.
I interviewed Brad Marr from Massive a little while back. Who was the guy that helped me get this interview.
Yep. Love Brad. He's a bloody good man.
He's fantastic. You wouldn't be aware because no one listened to the interview, really, only about 100 people. But we played a game of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Do you know this game?
Jesus, it sounds brutal.
So you 3 people, you got to fuck one, marry one, you got to kill one.
Okay.
In the game with Brad, he had to choose between yourself, Billy Gibbons, and Glenn Hughes because Massive opened for all those musicians.
Right, wow.
Can you guess what he picked for you?
No. You kids play sick games, really.
Well, he said he would fuck you, so...
God bless him.
And he married Billy Gibbons. He said he wanted to kill Glenn Hughes. I thought it was a bit... Well, he had no other choice.
I guess that's the way it goes. That's the way that game goes.
Mistakes that you learned... Is there a time with the Jets over the years where you look back and you think, at that point we made a mistake, or something like that? Is there something that you can say for the younger generation of people as like a cautionary tale?
Oh, look, it's so hard because the main thing that happens is a lot of money goes missing. It's not like people steal off you, but it just gets churned up in the machine. I mean, we signed a $200,000 merchandising deal in 1991. It was the biggest merchandising deal ever done in Australia. And none of us, wasn't like we then pocketed 50 grand or 40 grand each. That money just all went into the machine,
Yeah.
So, it was, but you're having fun, so that's the thing. You can't be going, I'm just going to stop having fun for a minute and go and see what's going on at the accountant's office. I mean, you're in the moment and you're living the dream, and, make sure who you be real careful who you get to work with, and make sure you got someone who's got your back. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Because most bands start out with their mates as managers.
Yeah.
As we did.
Yeah.
And then people tell you that he's not good enough, and luck goes your way, and then you change managers, then you change record labels, and you just got to stick at it, and the pitfalls are going to always be there, and you just got to stick at it and do it because you love it, and don't hang out with fuckwits.
Yeah, good call. You kind of touched on the 30th anniversary just before, so your plans are for a new album and a more touring?
So we want to do an album and a bunch of dates, and then bring out the compilation just of 30 songs over 30 years. And, we'll think there'll be some lesser known songs, obviously, because some of the albums haven't done that well, but it'll be a great fan. We want to make a great fan of the collection. Yeah. And then me and Paulie have been working on lyrics separately, so and he puts songs together. I just write lyrics and kind of hope someone comes up with a riff that'll fall into. But yeah, so that's the plan for next year. So there'll be 2 albums next year.
Sweet as, bro. I got one more for you.
Yep.
It's a real hard-hitting question for you, Dave. This could really make or break this interview right now.
Here we go.
I don't want to go all Andrew Denton on you right now, but the question on everybody's mind right now is, are we going to have a beer together at some point tonight?
We are. I love beer. Beer and, look, to beer, the cause of and solution to all of life's little problems. And that's all there is to it. And Jack Daniels.
I agree. My band's called Jackson Koke. So.
Rock on. Rock on. Crook.
Yeah. Well, that's it, Dave.
No worries.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And, guys, 10 minutes with Dave Gleeson. Hey, I'm fucking lucky. That's awesome. I really appreciate it, Dave. And thanks for listening to Hotel Karlifornia. I'll give you some information on my trip to Wacken in Germany and seeing Billy Idol over there.
Oh, man.
It was crazy,
good.
Man.
Awesome.
So thank you for listening, guys. And thank you again, Dave.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cool. Catch you guys soon. Thanks. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my interview with the one, the only, Dave Gleeson, the lead singer of the Screaming Jets. I couldn't believe my luck when I found out that this was in the bag, baby. And I have to thank Phil, I have to thank Jay, and I have to thank Brad Marr for all their help in lining this up for me. I truly appreciate it. For episode 3 to just bring the house down. This early on, with Hotel Karlifornia, to have such a big star on my show means a hell of a lot to me. Thank you, dudes, and thank you to the Jets and Boom Crash Opera for a great evening there at the Charles Hotel. So, with it only being 12 minutes and 6 seconds, what the fuck else am I going to talk about on this podcast to make it a longer episode so that it's at least worthy of being on the same par of length with the other episodes of episode 1 and 2. I can't put out a 12-minute episode. I don't care if I'm interviewing the Pope. It's got to be longer than that. So I wanted to talk about my trip to Germany and me being at the Wacken Heavy Metal Festival, Wacken Open Air. It was crazy. If you don't know, Wacken has been an active heavy metal festival since 1990. In the village of Wacken, which is about 80 kilometers north of Hamburg. Every year, like 75,000 plus metalheads flock to this place. It's like a metalhead pilgrimage. And if you love heavy metal, this is the place to be. This is definitely the place to be. And what I wanted to try and get across here to everyone was 2 points when I talk about my experience there. Is that if you're a metalhead, you have to go to this thing before you die. You have to do this at least once in your life. You won't regret it. This is something you got to do. And you got to do it soon before all the good heavy metal bands, all the big stars, from the past are done. I'm sure it'll still be awesome with the new talent coming through. They're all great, obviously. But, for me, I got to see Judas fucking Priest, all right? So, look, you got to do it. That's my point. And I also wanted to get across that Germany does music festivals better than Australia 100 times over. And you'll find out why in the coming minutes. The story of my arrival. Wednesday, the 1st of August. You're heading towards the camping grounds. There's some shopping centres on the left. You go and duck into the shopping centres. You get your supplies for the next few days. We got our supplies. Me and my mate Caden, by the way, is who I'm spending the next 4 days with. And we head to the camping grounds from there. We've got all our supplies. We've got, our VIP wristband. We've got all of our food. We've got our beers, etc., etc. Just as we're about to head to the camping grounds, Caden realises he's left his phone in our mate's car. Shit, bro. We hadn't even been there 10 minutes yet and he already lost his phone. So he was pretty bummed about it. But luckily for him, he also found €200 on the ground. So, all ends well in the end. We were taking that as a sign of things to come, that's for sure. The €200. Well, there you go. There's our piss paid for the next couple days. So we head to the camping grounds, and naturally we head to the back of our camping ground area, our little field that we had to ourselves with about 50, 60 other people. And we went to, right to the back, of course. Like, when you go on the bus, the bad boys go to the back. Yeah, the bad boys went to the back of the field, brother. And also because, there's bushes near us, and if you need to have a cheeky piss, then you can do that pronto. From there, I was so excited, we had to head straight in, and you leave at your little camping ground, and as you get to the exit, just around the corner, about 20 metres down the road, there's a spot where the shuttle bus comes every 15 minutes to just take you straight to the entrance of the VIP area. No walking for us. We ain't no suckers. That's right. So we take the shuttle bus. Takes about 6 to 7 minutes to get to the VIP area. Boom, we're in. I'm just so excited. I've never had an experience like this before. You walk in, to the left, there's the toilets, proper toilets, not porta potties filled with shit. Where it's like kind of creating a mountain of shit heading towards the hole in which you place your hole. And you'd be worried to go in there late at night because the mountain of poo quite possibly could touch your hole. No, these were actual flushing toilets. To the right, you've got a massive bar, music going, TV screens, a live feed of the main stage. I mean, holy shit. You didn't even have to leave the VIP area if you didn't want to, although you'd be an idiot. There's another bar adjacent to it, the Beck's Bar. To the right, there's a big barbecue pit for all the bratwurst you'd ever fucking want. And what I wanted to talk about was the beer situation. I was so impressed with the beer situation. This is how they do it. You go to the bar for your first beer. It's €5 for a beer. You get it in a plastic cup which says Wacken 2018 on it. Then when you buy your next beer, you hand that cup back and they get you another cup. And this time it's €4. You see, hiring the plastic cup is €1. So at the end of the night, when you give your plastic cup in for the last time, you let them know and they give you €1 back. You know what this does? It eliminates people throwing fucking rubbish everywhere. No cans of beer on the floor, no plastic cups on the floor. This is like a hard plastic cup I'm talking about, not a flimsy plastic cup, like a proper one. So I just thought that was brilliant. And maybe it might cost a little bit of money to get all those cups organised. You got 75,000 people there. It's quite a fucking lot of cups, isn't it? But I just think it was great that it eliminated trash being everywhere. And I just one thing that I thought was brilliant about the beer situation. But, you walk out into the grounds, man. There's no rubbish anywhere. Not even like wrappers for hot dogs and hamburgers and all that shit. That's not even out there on the floor. That either gets picked up promptly by people working there or people just have fucking respect for the environment. That's the right thing to do. And that's one thing that I found was different between Australia and Germany. People have respect for the environment there when it comes to a festival. In Australia, there's shit all over the floor. It drives me nuts. Not that I have to clean it up, but I still think it's disrespectful. But, you know, they got all this shit sorted out there, man. You know, you're walking around the grounds. You got people walking around with backpacks on with, like, a hose attached and, like, cups attached to themselves as well. So even if you're 50 metres away from a bar and you don't quite feel like walking that 15 metres, here comes Frederick walking past offering some, €4 beers, you know, just as he's walking past. How sweet is that? You know, you got beer on the run there. Just at any point, anywhere you turn, there's either someone with a backpack on with beer that you can get, or you can just go to the bar and get it's just crazy. I mean, I'm obviously getting a little excited thinking about it, but honestly, I was just so impressed. It's such a well-oiled machine. In Australia, when, you know, you've got your alcohol areas that you can go into to get your alcohol, and you have to stay in that area to drink it. And, you know, for example, I went to Guns N' Roses whenever it was, when they played at Subiaco Oval. I'm in the VIP area right at the front. It's not that many people in there. But if I wanted a beer, I had to walk like 250, 300 metres around the corner to line up for 10 minutes and miss half the set. You know, it wouldn't have hurt them to just put a little pop-up bar in there, you know, for the 100-odd people that were in there. Would have it really hurt? No, it wouldn't have hurt. But because it's Australia, yeah, it would hurt. You know, we're supposed to be this laid-back country. You know, we're supposed to be these laid-back people, but as far as I'm concerned, we're tight asses here. You know, we're not cool. We're really lame. And another example, I went to see in Berlin, near Berlin, at the Citadel Spandau, this massive castle. I saw Billy Idol perform on the second day I was in Berlin, and all the Germans were drinking fucking heavily, man. Real heavily. But was there one fight? Was there one piece of rubbish on the ground? No. People have respect for the environment and one another. That's a point I wanted to make. I'll move on from there. Right. The evening of the first day, Backyard Babies, Sepultura, Nazareth. Great time. Fantastic time. Some great sets there, and Backyard Babies was certainly a highlight for me. Kept getting drunk, met some Germans in the VIP area, made friends, and that's another one of the best parts of being at Wacken. All the people from all the different corners of the world congregating at this one location. Everyone who is a metalhead is a good person, is a lovely person. We all have mutual respect for one another without even knowing one another, you know what I mean? So it's just so easy to make friends there. And you just have such a great time because, you know, there's nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. So I drank a lot of beer, passed out by about 4, 5 in the morning. Great people. It was really nice to meet them. Day 2, you know, managed to catch a freezing cold shower first thing in the morning, which was confirmation that I would not be having a shower for the rest of the festival. It was like they almost put ice in the water, like purposely made it as cold as it was. I couldn't believe it. So, you know, that wasn't very nice, but it was confirmation to me also that baby wipes will make or break your festival experience. You get some baby wipes first thing in the morning. You go to work on that groin area, you know. You fix up that bag case of swamp ass that you've got under the armpits, over the chest, back of the neck, face. You're all sorted. You can go on with your day just fine. And you don't have to worry about the fact that you might not be as clean as you would be if you had a shower. Trust me, no one wants to suck your dick by day 2. So you can forget about that right then and there. So, headed back. Saw Don Dokken, you ain't got what it takes anymore, brother. Vince Neil, saw him perform as well. And you know what, look, I had a fucking great time watching Dokken and Vince Neil. I don't care that the singers can't do it as well anymore. Us in the crowd, we were doing it for them. And I was having so much fun that I got too drunk too quickly. And this is about 3:30 in the afternoon. So I had to rest and rehydrate because it was like 35 degrees. So whilst I was resting, I kind of walked around the place and, got a feel for things. And I went to the Wacken village, which is kind of like a medieval section of the festival. And if you're looking on the YouTube right now, this whole time I've been showing pictures that I took whilst I was there. But the Wacken village was cool, man. There were shops everywhere, pop-up shops everywhere, different types of bars where you can get different types of alcohol, and it was just really, really interesting. And everyone's all dressed up and stuff, and you got your strongman contest going on. Like, that thing where you grab the hammer and you smash it on the thing on the ground, and then it shoots up the thing. I'm explaining this like shit. It shoots up the thing and it hits the bell, that thing. Well, I did that. And every time that you hit the bell, your prize was a shot of schnapps. So trying to sober up certainly wasn't easy, but I managed to hit the bell 3 times, 3 shots of schnapps, and ready to keep going with my afternoon. Saw Dirk Schneider, and after that, I just had a look around at all the shops. They've just got this massive laneway of all these wicked shops with metal merchandise and rings and hats and jackets and leather and just anything you could think of to do with heavy metal and all that stuff. They've really thought it out, and that's even before you get to the merchandise section. But anything you want, you can find there, man. Hamburgers, hot dogs. If you want a bowl of soup, you can have a bowl of soup. Whatever the fuck you want, man. Like, just everywhere you turn, something awesome is going on, or there's something awesome to look at, or, it's just so overwhelming is what I'm trying to get across here. There's so much to look at, so much to do. You need more time, but there's not enough time in the day. And you don't have enough energy during that hot part of the day to really get around and see everything and experience everything. It's just not enough hours in the day. You need like 7 or 8 days to really just soak in everything that you can get from this festival. So after that, I saw Behemoth and I was very impressed. They were probably the most impressive band I saw at the festival. And I'm not like a big extreme black metal kind of guy, but I felt the passion from those dudes, and I thought that was fantastic. Their commitment to Satan made me realize that I've never really committed to anything in my life. They were brilliant. After Behemoth, I saw Danzig, which was great, but disappointing for me because I thought to myself, you know what? I should have really hammered his discography a little bit more so I could have enjoyed his set. Here I am thinking he's going to play some Misfits songs. He didn't play one Misfits song, but that's okay. That's just what happens when you're an idiot like me. But it was still great, still a great performer, and he did a fantastic job. After that, boom, the main event of the evening, Judas Priest. I finally got to see them. I missed them twice, and I thought I would never get the opportunity to see this band play again because they're getting old. But I managed to see them, and man, they were on fire. They were on fire. They're just a class above a lot of other bands in this world at that age. You know what I mean? Usually when you see a band of that age, you think, it's going to be all right, I suppose, but they're not going to be as good as they used to be. No, I thought these guys were fantastic. Halford still got the chops. Glenn Tipton came out and did a little thing. He's not in the band anymore as a live performer because he's got Parkinson's disease, but he still made a little appearance at the end. So Nothing But Love had a great time and kicked on afterward and partied in the VIP area with some friends till about 2 a.m. Just drinking, having a good time. And it was just awesome, man, and went back to the camp for more sleep. Day 3. Now, I have to admit, day 3 was... I was really starting to struggle at this point. I wasn't handling the heat very well. It was very hot. I mean, it was between, 32 and 38 degrees this whole time. And, I'm not really an outdoorsy type, only at night. So I wasn't really handling the heat well at all. But thank God for the VIP area and all the lounge chairs and the shade. And... but I couldn't stay in there forever. I really needed to experience all the things I wanted to experience. So I went out, saw a bit of Cannibal Corpse, had to see him. I had to see him. I don't like that kind of metal. I think it's just too intense for me to handle, but I had to see them. And I get it. I get the passion. And I enjoyed it, I really did enjoy it. Dark Tranquility after that, I didn't realise how heavy they were going to be. I'd never really heard much of their stuff, but I caught a bit of their set. But man, I was just so dehydrated. I had to go back to the VIP area for like a while. Just couldn't handle it, you know. But it was cool being in the VIP area though, because they really, once again, it's a well-oiled machine. They've just got so many things going on. I don't know how they keep track of it, you know. They had this, like, I guess you could call it a heavy metal a cappella choir walk around the VIP area and sing heavy metal classics from the past. And I thought that was really cool. Their name, they're called Doombirds. I thought they were really good. It was interesting, you know, just a small little detail like that just to enhance the VIP area's day. I mean, it's just so well thought out. Absolutely brilliant. Went back to the Vikinger village to see Leaves' Eyes, and they were great, really entertaining. And the female lead singer, her voice is just so beautiful. Like, it's hard to describe, really. It's like an angel, honestly. And she's fit as a fiddle too. I don't know her name, but she was fantastic. I then headed to the Lemmy bar. There's a bar dedicated to Lemmy from Motorhead, and caught a bit of Children of Bodom set before checking out some Doro afterward. And, you know, she still got it too. I walked through the shopping area and all that, and then me and Caden met up and we went to the actual village, the Wacken village, outside the festival, and it's just party down the road. There's, you know, all the bars along there. It's really awesome. So there's just, even if you're not in the festival grounds, there's parties going on in the village as well. It's crazy. You need at least 2 weeks or something like that. You know, however long people are there getting ready for the festival, you need to be there the whole time. Don't do what I did. I was only there 3 days. You need more time. Trust me. You need to be well thought out with a caravan, a comfortable sleeping situation, a shower, all that shit. That is essential as far as I'm concerned. After that, we headed back in, went to the beer garden. A Motorhead cover band called Bombers cancelled their set because apparently the lead singer got arrested. So that was disappointing. So I headed away from there, caught a bit of Nightwish. The new singer's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that, you know, it's a step up or step down. It's still just as good as they've always been. But I was just real tired at this stage. Rested, had some more beers at the VIP area, waiting for sundown, and hung out with some friends that I'd made over the night. And then I headed to the Headbanger stage at about, 10:30 that night to see Lee Aaron. You know, if you don't know who Lee Aaron is, she's like this 80s hard rock chick. She's so cool, man. She had this pink leather jacket on, and she's just, you know, that cool 80s glam metal type music that I love so much. And it was a real nice change of pace. I was, you know, getting a bit tired of listening to the real fucking heavy extreme metal, and I thought, you know, finally seeing some glam metal and just, you know, a bit more of a pop vibe, that made me feel better. And I got to about third row, and she was looking out into the crowd, and I swear to God she was looking at me, but I wasn't sure, so I winked just to test, and she winked back. Lee Aaron winked at me. So, you know, that's my claim to fame for the festival, and I was fucking thrilled. After that, hung out with some of my German friends as Caden went to watch In Flames. I just couldn't fucking do it, man. I couldn't walk anymore. If you know me, I'm a tight pant wearing kind of cat, and the chafing was becoming a problem. Like, I'm talking serious pain in the gooch type chafing, and I was limping everywhere, you know. So I wasn't really enjoying myself at that point, but you know, the pain went away whilst I was watching the ever so lovely Lee Aaron do her thing. So I was in the VIP area, chilling out, you know, just trying to rest, because I knew Ghost were playing later on. Me and the German crew, you know, at this point, Caden had gone back to the camping ground, so me and the Germans, we headed to this, like, massive Jägermeister, like, deer, and I'm talking, like, it's huge, like several stories high, huge. And inside the head is a bar. So we're looking at the eye of a reindeer in its head, and we're watching Ghost from there. And it's pretty awesome, man. It's a great view. We headed down from the bar eventually after a few drinks, and we watched Ghost closer up. And I'll tell you what, even though there was another day left and I did leave that morning, Ghost was certainly a great way to end the experience at Wacken. Very entertaining and a great set, and I had to limp all the way back to the camping area because the shuttle buses ended at 3 a.m, which is when Ghost finished their set. So how the fuck was I supposed to catch the bus when I'm watching the band perform? So unfortunately I had to limp all the way back to my campsite. But again, I was amazed at the sheer size of it all, because when I walked out of the actual festival grounds, there were more shops and shit, more food areas and all that stuff. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, it gets bigger than this, for fuck's sake. Like, what you had in there was enough. So, again, impressed once again. And to wrap this up, I just wanted to quickly mention Day 4. I missed it. I wanted to see Owlstorm, Steel Panther, Arch Enemy, Halloween, and Dimmu Borgir, but I just couldn't do it. You know, I had the chafe was fucked. I was done. So me and Caden headed back after that. But I have to say it was the most exciting and enthralling thing I've ever been to. And really, I really hope I can go next year. So anyone out there, I hope you like my story about my time at Wacken. It was just so exciting, so enthralling, and overwhelming. I really think that it was just one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. And I felt like, whilst I was there, this is changing me as a person. This makes me feel like a better person. My life is better because of this. I am better because of this. So mark my words, this is what you got to do. So I just want to end this podcast with a couple of plugs for some upcoming shows that are going on here in Perth. This Saturday night, which I believe is the 29th. Let me double check that. Yeah, the 29th, Hornography is like a heavy metal club night, and it's taking place at the Boston in Northbridge. They've got an exclusive Behemoth listening party for their new album, I Loved You at Your Darkest. There's also a heavy metal swap meet, which sounds pretty cool. It's limited to 15 tables, so you better register your interest now and bring along some of your old metal memorabilia and, help find it a new home if you don't want it. Just anything, CDs, tapes, vinyls, VHS, shirts. Just private messages the Hornography Facebook page or fill in the contact form at hornography-perth.com to secure your spot. Those who miss out can still bring along a small amount of stuff to sell or trade without a table. And local bands and labels are welcome. Also on that night, it's 6 hours long, mate. This is the place to be if you're a heavy metal head here in Perth. You got metal DJs playing all night. You got local metal acts, Crypt Crawler, Deathlehem. They're going to be doing a set of Slayer songs, and Septillion are going to be headlining the evening's proceedings. You got merch giveaways, other giveaways. There's all this shit going on, man, and it's just $10 entry. Doors at 8 p.m. And there's $6 beers as well. So I mean, for a lot of people who complain about going out because when you buy a pint of beer in Perth, it's like $10. So when you buy 4 pints of beer, you might as well bought a carton and just stayed at home. Well, you got $6 beers. So I know it's still pretty steep in comparison to just buying a carton and staying at home. But the experience of being at this place, Hornography, I've heard nothing but great things. So head on down there if you so wish. Also, coming up on October 28th, Sunday, October 28th, at the 459 Bar in North Perth, which is, connected to the Rosemount Hotel. My mate, my boy, Kevin Curran, will be releasing, his new single, Wake the Living Dead. This is the start of his solo tour, the Wake the Living Dead tour. This is his first, solo project that he's been doing, and I think it'll be a nice little show, nice little Sunday session. You can go to the Rosemount, have a little steak, enjoy yourself, have a beer, watch my mate Kevin play. You're going to have a cracking time. Tickets are available for the show now through OzTix. So if you do that, you send him the receipt. Guess what, motherfucker? He's going to send you a link to the new single, Wake the Living Dead. And I tell you what, I've listened to the song and I'm very impressed. I like the song. I think he's got what it takes to take it to the next level, Daddy. He has got it. He's going to take off with this tour. I swear to God, you have to be there. And if you're not convinced yet, just go to Facebook, search the name Kevin Curran, and you'll see this hell fucking hot dude. So if the music means nothing to you, ladies, men, take a look at him. You'll want to be there to see him perform. So that's all I've got to say here today. It's been episode 3 here of Hotel Karlifornia. Really appreciate your time. Thanks again to Dave Gleeson from the Screaming Jets for being here for my interview. And thanks for listening to my little story about my time at the Wacken Heavy Metal Festival. And I hope to be with you soon for episode 4, where I'll hopefully be interviewing none other than Hail Mary's Kevin Curran. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.